agreed. So, where are you from?
I'm from Texas, South Texas, originally.
What city?
Corpus Christi. And then I grew up there, and then I went to Austin for a few years, bounced around back and forth, and then came out here. Yeah.
And what was the reason why you came back and forth? What was your childhood like?
I don't know. I mean, it was all right. My dad was a heroin addict and a crack addict, and he overdosed when I was 10. And then it was just me, my sister, my mom. You know, there was a lot of trauma, you know, going on, sexual trauma and shit. So like I had a really hard time making social connections because I didn't know what was normal. I guess I don't know how else to phrase that. So I was pretty lonely, I guess. Yeah. And then went through middle school, went through a weird goth phase, and then went to high school and kind of figured myself out and found a little group of friends that I stayed with for a while. So that was that.
And what kind of friend group was that?
At first it was just me and another girl named Ashley, and we were best friends for 5 years. And I don't know, we were just kind of bitches to everybody, kind of like a Daria and Jane wannabe couple. Not we were together, but you know what I mean. So.
And you still gonna keep in contact with her, or?
No, she slept with my first boyfriend. So my first best friend slept with my first boyfriend. So that was a great fun experience. And then I kind of withdrew a little bit after that one. Yeah. So, I don't know.
So in high school, what was that like? What kind of person were you like in high school?
I wanted friends, but I was fat or overweight. I was always a big girl, and people are real mean, you know what I'm saying? And I guess that sense of I don't know if it's they could tell I wanted friends so badly. I felt almost desperate, you know what I mean? So it was not fun.
So you were basically an outcast in your high school?
I mean, I wasn't bullied, but I never felt connected, you know?
Okay.
I just kind of always felt over here and everybody was over there.
Got it.
So, yeah.
So what was your happiest moments like? What was the happiest moment of your life?
So far?
Yeah.
Throughout your life?
Yeah, throughout your whole life.
I think it was when my mom came to visit me the first year I was out here, because I was sober, and she was super proud of me, and my sister was proud of me, and yeah, that visit was probably
You wish you could go back to those times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't know I relapsed, or that I'm not in sober living, or that I'm living under a bridge in Santa Ana.
So she disappeared from your life, or you disappeared from hers?
She's in Texas. I talk to my mom every day.
Oh, but she doesn't know about you?
I just give her enough sleepless nights, because I was homeless back home too for a while. But when I was homeless over there, it was a whole different story. I was smoking crack. I had no shoes on. I was out of there. And my mom's seen me go through a lot of really, really dark shit, you know what I'm saying? So and it's kind of crazy, because comparatively being homeless here to Texas is so freaking different. It's here, I mean, it's not fun, but I see why people get stuck, you know? We have so many resources. I mean, granted, they're kind of hard to get, the housing and the shelters are you have to jump through a lot of hoops, but I mean, comparatively speaking, I have nice clothes, I'm well fed, I'm chubby, you know what I'm saying? When I was homeless in Texas, I was 120, my head was too big for my body because I was so hungry all the time, you know what I mean? So this has been a wild experience to be homeless in one of the richest counties, I guess, right? Orange County's one of the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts. Like some girl was like, "This is so ghetto," and I'm like, "No, baby, this ain't ghetto."
You haven't seen nothing yet.
This is not ghetto. Maybe to you guys, maybe for her it was.
Because
but-
she's privileged, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. I guess everybody's perspective of ghetto is
Yeah.
different, you know. Oh well.
And so, at one point, did you become homeless? Like, do you remember at one point did you?
At first,
Yeah.
like the very
Yeah.
very first time I was homeless.
Yeah.
So the very first time I was homeless was my God. Me and my ex-boyfriend came out here for rehab. We went to rehab back home, and he like 50'd himself out, and then his mom like flew him to Florida, and he met the body broker people over there. So I don't know if you know about the insurance fraud shit people were doing through the rehabs, but allegedly he was getting paid to go through detox, and then So he calls me. He left me in Texas. He left me in our little like shitty ass like 1-bedroom house with like electricity, no heat, and then fucking middle of a Texas winter, which like really isn't that bad. But it was like I was dope sick and depressed. Like it was a really bad time. And so he calls me and says some lady's gonna call me and to do whatever she says, and she's gonna fly me out here so we can be together. I'm like, what the fuck? And so this lady Carrie calls me, tells me, send her a picture of like my ID, my social, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking weird, man. She's gonna steal my identity, or like what is this? And then she tells me that now I'm an employee of the Happy Destiny insurance company. I had Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance. I paid a $500 premium and she flew me to California. Sent me to a rehab in Costa Mesa where I got 5150'd out because I had never been away from my family. I'd never been, certainly not this far away from them. I was on a blackout, like a 7-day blackout, I couldn't use the phone, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't even talk to him, and so I flipped out. I ended up going to a mental health spot in San Clemente, but I stayed out here doing that, just kind of bumping from rehab to rehab for like 4 or 5 months, and then I went home. And when I went home, it was under the guise of being sober still. When my mom figured out I wasn't, she just about had it, So the first night she left me in the park, I just remember like I didn't really care at that time how like traumatic that was for her to have to like leave me there, But like now when I like think about it, I'm just like fuck.
It affected you in a way?
Yeah, I mean I was also smoking a lot of. I was
Yeah.
addicted to spice, and that shit was fucking horrid.
Yeah.
This is my friend Paloma. She's a lawyer. Oh wait, no, this is not Paloma. I'm blind. I need glasses. This is a couple with a German Shepherd. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
What's it called? So yeah, she left me at a park called Butcher, and this is back. I flew home back to Texas after 4 months because I paid the lady for my insurance and she didn't pay the premium, so the rehab called me in the office and said I had 24 hours to get a plane ticket or get the fuck out. So luckily I had my mom to give me that ticket because I've met a lot of people here who had that same thing happen and didn't have like a backup, and that's why I don't know if y'all notice we have like an influx of like young people from other places that stuck here on drugs, homeless,
Yeah.
because they came out here for that shit, and then when that whole thing blew up, it's like where are they supposed to go?
How hard is it? What do you say to get a job here? Like just looking at your situation.
I think my situation of not having a job is solely just because I'm just like I'm just not applying myself.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
You're kind of done with life already?
no, I'm not done, but I just hit a wall,
Yeah.
Like after COVID happened, because like I was sober for a hot minute, and that was the longest I'd ever had any kind of sober. I've never like done AA or anything like that, and so I was doing really well. I was working in Lake Forest, programming credit card terminals and shit. And that's from coming from being like a prostitute, smoking crack in Texas, to having like a little office. You know what I'm saying? Like having $23 an hour job, like where, you know, it was such a fucking, almost like a culture shock, you know? It was like, I didn't feel comfortable. And so I self-sabotaged, and I've been doing that for the past like year or two. I'm pretty much standing on my own. And I don't know why I have that mental block of not being able to, like, but I feel like a lot of the people have that same problem out here.
Yeah.
Of like, just being stuck. A lot of the people call this park a black hole. Like you get sucked in. Like my boyfriend, he's been stuck here for 6 years. I've been begging him to go to a shelter, and he just does not want to leave. He doesn't know what to do with himself when he's not here. He doesn't even go anywhere with me, like to the library, anywhere. He doesn't want to leave.
You like to go to the library?
Yeah, I read a lot of still.
What's your favorite book?
Right now, well, I don't have favorites. I love all books. Right now, I'm reading Naked Lunch and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh.
Because I've seen the movie but not read the book, and I'm
Who's your favorite author?
I don't know. See, like,
Can I just read whatever you find out?
Yeah, I just like I go to the library and I just scan all the aisles, kind of like Matilda did.
Did you ever go to college, or did you just skip that?
I went to college for like 6 hours. I went to one class, and then like I went to one of my friends was in there, a friend of a friend was in there, and then he asked if I wanted to go smoke some weed, and we ended up just going to my car and smoking hash and weed, and that's what I did for my first semester of college. I ended up dropping out, and he did too. And we just went to the. I didn't want my mom to know, so we just kept going to the parking lot and smoking, and taking naps. That was my college experience. I wish I would have stayed in college. I want to go back. I'm only 31, so.
You're still young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was it that you wish you majored in college?
I want to go to school. I was gonna, and I want to go back to school to be an art teacher. So
Yeah.
I want to teach little kids how to
paint?
draw. My art teacher in elementary school, Miss Sadie, really like stuck it to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like I like to draw. I want to write a comic book about all my experiences being homeless, but set like in space. You know, so.
In Mars? A Martian?
Yeah, you know, like I don't know, some cool. I want to do something cool. You know. Yeah.
And how long have you been living under that bridge?
Just about a year. Me and my boyfriend just hit our year anniversary last month, so we've been here between here and Santa and the Discovery Cube.
Yeah.
You know, just back and forth, and it sucks, like, because just sitting at the cops. So when a cop comes up to us and he's, you know, telling us we need to go ahead and move along, they're supposed to have a shelter bed for each body they're moving, right? So the cops get around that by giving us these city net fucking cards, and they're like, call city net, they'll take you to a shelter. So you call city net and they put you on a waiting list for a shelter. And then while you're waiting, you're getting tickets for trespassing. You're having to move along. You're getting your stuff thrown away like once a month. And it's like you're getting all these tickets, which turn into warrants, which turn into trips to the loop. And it's like this fucked up cycle that, honestly, sometimes it feels overwhelming. I just actually went to court finally and took care of my stuff. But it's like, I don't know. It's so hard. Like, it's so easy for some people, and like I said, like, I don't know if it's me putting a mental block in my own head, because like, I guess my friend just got her housing. You know, I didn't even know she was working with the housing people. We were staying over here on this entrance, and they were on the other side, and they didn't tell those people with the housing people that there's people over there. You know what I'm saying? So they had like a fucking month head start working with them, and like, people are getting their vouchers, and me and my boyfriend are still sitting here like twiddling our fucking thumbs. And it's like frustrating, you know. And plus I have to get a lot of my paperwork, like my